Prospects. Oh my gosh, do I have a guest for you today? I have on Future Prospects Athena Zhong, and she's a third-year student studying medical sciences at Western University. And she's here to share with you her story and how we met, and I'm so excited. So welcome, Athena. Welcome, honey.
Joy, thank you so much. I'm also incredibly excited. Thank you for having me today.
Oh my God,
I'm doing so well.
oh my God, it's my pleasure, sweetheart. Now, I'm just going to do a little introductory just to see how to share with the viewers how we met. So we both are on Instagram.
Yes.
And Western University spoke about a letter that you put out, which was really, really touching. So I'd like you to introduce yourself to the viewers, who you are, what you're doing, where you live, so they can get to know about this fabulous young lady.
Thank you. Well, I am currently a student at Western studying the Bachelor of Medical Sciences honor specialization in physiology and pharmacology. And I live in Markham, and I am actually very passionate about pursuing a career in dentistry. So that's a little bit about me. And yeah.
Now, how we met was I actually follow Western University, or they follow me, either or. But there was a letter that you wrote. There was a letter that you wrote that touched me so much about first year students starting school, and we had a great conversation through that pre-interview. So what was the title of that letter, my love? And if you can share with the viewers a little bit, and then I can ask you some questions around it.
Mhm. Thank you so much. Well, that letter is actually written in the perspective of me today, but written to myself in first year. So it's crazy to think about
Right.
that I'm writing this letter titled "Dear My First Year Self, Athena."
That's
And yeah, this letter, when I decided to write it, I just really wanted to be able to express everything I felt back then and to share with myself some of the thoughts and experiences that I wish someone had told me back then. So um, it's it's crazy to think that this letter has now reached so many people. I did not expect this to happen at all. And the fact that Western has posted on all their social media, and I even have friends messaging me about how much this letter meant to them. It's so crazy to think about where we are at today. And then you reached out to me, which was the highlight of my day.
well, you know something, sweetheart? The letter to me was relevant. Right now, we're in September, and
Mhm.
students are going online. Post-secondary students, first year, are going to be trying to deal with this change. You can't walk through the halls, you can't walk on campus, you can't go to the local pub and chill out with your friends, or even just go to Starbucks and have a cup of coffee. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
what you did, you shared your, how would I say, your roadmap on your first year. So you had to change hats, put down the third year, put on the
Mhm.
first year. And you had to talk about it. So your message to young people going into school right now, what is it that you learned? And we can go about the online stuff, but what is it that you're wording to youth right now, first year? What did you learn?
The main thing that I learned is to take it one day at a time, especially with the current situation going on in the world right now. We, as youths, there have been so many changes that we've had to adapt to. And especially going into first year, that is a huge transition. And like just that in itself, not even speaking about the virtual transition from high school, right? Like these are some big changes that students are facing. So I really want to let the students know that it's okay. Like, don't stress over it so much. Like, there's going to be challenges for sure, but there are people there to support you, your family, your friends, and even the whole community at university or college or whichever milestone that you're entering in your life right now. There is a lot of support out there. So definitely make use of that support and remember that you're not alone. So if you just take it one day at a time, I assure you that it will be okay.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my God. When you were in school, COVID hit March 2020. So it was like, bam, right? In the
Yeah.
face of everybody. But you had to go online, were you, right?
Yes, it was a huge change. Like it was immediately one night we got the update from Western, and then the next day classes were canceled. It was just like that over the course of one night. Everything was online, and that's where we've been since March. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
So now, to your message to youth, first year, first year going into school, you all of a sudden got a notification, boom, COVID's taken in, can't go back to school, can't go on campus. All of a sudden, you've got to be in your isolation box with a computer 24/7. How is it? What is your message to young people now dealing with that already? What is it like, your message to them? If I'm making sense, I am, but I'm just trying to explain it as
Yeah.
simple as I can.
Yes, you are. Well, my message would be to stay connected because I feel like nowadays, with so much technology, we're already feeling that disconnect. And with everything going online, that definitely makes it more challenging to have that connection. And especially when you're just graduating from high school and going into first year, it's a whole new world. Like, I remember when I was entering first year, I didn't have a lot of friends in university that came from my high school, and I had to make new friends and meet new professors and just build my network from there. So I can't imagine how much more challenging it is now that everything is online, but the resources are still out there. The universities still have a lot of programs and like available for students to connect virtually. So I would say definitely make use of those resources because like just because everything is online doesn't mean that you can't have a similar experience that you've always wanted of meeting new people and going out there. Don't just stay in that isolation bubble in your room and limit yourself to that because there's so much more. Like there's a lot of people out there that you would have never expected to meet, and like it's just amazing learning about everyone's stories and their diverse backgrounds.
All right, my love. As a beautiful young lady that you are, that's going to be and is already successful in what you're doing, and going to accomplish so much more. Can you share one story of how you reach out through online, how to keep you focused while doing your schoolwork? Can you share a story with me that can help kind of bring a little bit of a picture to it?
Yeah. So, one of the most helpful ways that I found in being involved while being online is being a part of a club. So at Western, I've actually been involved in many different clubs before COVID hit. So I was really fortunate about that. But I know that there are still more clubs that are available even now that everything's online. For example, currently, I am the president of Alumni House Residence Council, which has made the virtual experience much more easier for me because I've been able to been involved in leading and planning these virtual events for residents in the upcoming year. So I've been preparing for that this entire summer, and it really helps you to stay connected when you're being and enjoying yourself when you're being involved in something that you feel like has a contribution, that you're doing something even virtually.
What made you want to get connected? I know that sounds like a crazy question, but people are going to say, okay, but okay, they get into that down spot. You know what I mean? Like, no, there's nothing out there. Like, how do I do it? It's like they want you to take their hand and press the button. So, what made you do it? What made you get out there and do that, to be engaged?
Well, I've always really enjoyed meeting new people and having like maintaining that personal connection. So I think it's just that that passion inside of me. Like I've always want to learn more about the world and see, and just see what else is out there. And meeting new people has really helped me with that. So that's why I've been trying to continue to get out there and just maintain these connections I already have, like through video calls, phone calls, through like social media groups. All of these things are there for you. So that has really helped me. So I would definitely suggest any students to do that as well when you're feeling so isolated in this virtual setting. Like that's a very common feeling. So that's another reason that has led me to go out there and reach out and stay engaged.
Wow. You know something, you are the future, as the show is represented, future prospects. What keeps you so open? You, because you're so open, you're so crisp, you're so engaging. Like, is there other things that you like to do besides being online? What other outlets do you do?
Well, thank you for that, first of all.
You
Um,
are.
yeah, like I just try to live my life with an open mind, and really, it's these past few months that have changed me a lot. Actually, I've been trying to keep an open mind to the world beyond just like isolation in my room virtually, because that really gets to you after a while. So. Um, like I feel like having an open mind has enabled me to explore so much more, learn so much more about the world. Like I am like it's so amazing the stuff that's out there, right? There's so many opportunities being involved in the community and like just being involved with like just catching up with other people. So um, I think that like it's definitely healthy to keep an open mind, and if anyone's like if afraid to step out of their comfort zone, I would suggest try it, like maybe even just for a day, like try to do something like talking to someone new, right? Talking to someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time, like
Right.
just yeah, because keeping an open mind is has helped me so much.
You got it. And on that note, my love, we're going to go to break and we're going to continue the story because
Mhm.
Athena is going to talk about how she grew up. We'll be right back, guys. Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
Oh, yeah! There you go. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Athena Zhong. Athena, I want you to, your name, when we talked on pre-interview, the name stood out to me and I know what it meant, but what does it mean? Because that's a pretty powerful name.
Thank you. Well, my parents actually picked it out for me. So it's the name of a Greek goddess, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. It's it has a huge meaning that I hope I could live up to one day. But it's been a huge inspiration to me to work hard and work hard in my studies and just being someone that is amazing and that um, like gives back to the world. So that's what it means personally to myself. It's to be as best of a person I can.
Well, you know something, pretty girl, you're doing it already right now.
Thank
You're doing
you.
it right now because you're on my television show, Future Prospects. You're sharing wisdom, first year students, and you're a warrior through COVID-19 and making it happen. So you're doing it. You're
That
doing
means
it.
a lot to me.
You are, honey, you're doing it. So do this. Do this. Come on, do the hands, do the hands. Raise the hand. All right. All right.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome, pretty girl. Okay. back to the reality now with our first year students. First year wasn't a walk in the park. Let's be
No.
honest. All right. So share with me what you shared, but how about when you were at school growing up? That was your words.
Yeah.
I learned to grow up. How did you do that? What did you have to do?
Definitely. So it was a huge growing up experience, transitioning from staying at home, my having my parents take care of me for so many years, and then now all of a sudden moving to university, living on my own, cooking for myself, doing laundry. Um, and honestly, the most important part, having your own schedule. Like in university, you set your own schedule. No one is going to be there to tell you to stay active, eat healthily, that it's too late, you have to go to bed, right? Like no one's going to be there to tell you to do that kind of stuff. So that's a huge part of growing up, I think, which is taking responsibility of yourself, your own health, your actions, and it's that huge gain in responsibility that is a part of growing up. So that was a big challenge and difference for me.
Okay.
So
But how did you do it though? Like you walked
yeah.
in, okay, they're not at a dorm right now. You can't have residents anymore. I don't know what they're doing with that part. But now when you go back, putting your head back, that hat back on, when you walked in, you put in your bags. You dropped your bags. Now you got to think about a menu. Now you got to think about, oh my God, I got this 4 exams due in 2 hours. Just exaggerating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did you get to, if you can draw a picture for the viewers, how did you all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm all alone. Mom and dad are not here. Dinner's not downstairs. The laundry I got to do is I'm going to have 4 weeks of dirty clothes. How did you navigate through that? How did you grow up?
Mhm. Yeah, like the main thing I would say is set that schedule. Like that
Yeah.
was a huge thing for me. I've been keeping an agenda for as long as I can remember, and that has really helped because I in my agenda I put everything there. So I have my school schedule that's pretty much set, but then I feel like whenever I don't stick to my schedule, like I go off track and I watch television for too long and then stay up late, right? Like I like that happens so often, especially in the summer when there isn't that set schedule there. So in during the school time, yes, that schedule, like I live by it. It helps me stay on track. And another thing that's really helpful is having friends who will motivate you. And even
Ooh.
now, even though it's virtual, you can still have a friend that will motivate you virtually. Keep each other accountable, hold each other accountable to your schedules. Make sure that you are getting your work done and not staying off track like all day. So
Oh my
message
God.
each other like every hour or every minute if that helps.
Now, did you used to put them on mute or whatever you do just to go, okay, I'm not listening to you right now. I'm
Oh,
into a movie on
yes.
Netflix.
Yeah, do not disturb button. That's on your phone, so use it when you're studying, but not like all the time. Sometimes I forget to turn it off.
That's okay. Well, I feel like young people, they keep it on 24/7. It's like they have the phone by their bed and it's
Yeah.
that green light. Wake up. And you gotta answer that text, you know?
No.
Um, how do you deal with lack of sleep? Lack of, you know what I mean? Lack of sleep. Let's be honest. We have a son. He's 3rd year right now at McMaster. Lack of sleep. You got this, you've got that. You got to answer this. Organization. How
Mhm.
did you deal with less sleep? Oh, I'm so tired. Like, how did you deal with that?
Oh my gosh. Less sleep. That was a huge issue in first year,
Yes.
especially.
Hmm.
Um, so like I feel like the main thing is that you have to first of all like do stuff that you enjoy, take courses that you like, because when you're half asleep and you're not even interested in a course, like that is going to make things very challenging, make it hard to do well. And so take courses that you like, so that you can make it through the day, and then also schedule breaks in between so you can maybe take a quick nap or have a bite with a friend. So do like have moments where you can relax and like rest your brain even throughout the day, right? And then the next tip would be try not to get a lack of sleep. Like even if you just get a few hours of sleep or like less than minimum required sleep, like it's better than an all-nighter, for example. Don't do
Mm,
all-nighters. Like I I don't think that's a good idea. There is enough time to space out your studying. Like even though it seems like a lot, especially in first year, those first few weeks. Um, I remember we had like our first test within the first month or first few weeks of school in first year. That was crazy. I did not expect that coming so fast.
that's
But
nuts.
yeah, like trust me though, there is enough time. They do give you enough time to study. So as long as you don't like party all the time, which I think will be hopefully less of an issue now because most things are virtual. So yeah, make sure management, that is so incredibly important.
So when you look at it realistically, okay, they're gonna miss the parties. All right, let's be honest. You're gonna miss the outlet. You're gonna miss that. There's other ways to do an outlet. But you can't go to the professor or your teacher now and say, well, I was up late last night. Not saying that you would admit to that, but you can't admit to yourself that I was up late. I can't do this. You're in a room right now with a laptop doing your job. So discipline is key, right,
Mhm.
Athena?
Absolutely,
Yes.
especially when you're independently living there.
Okay. How was your diet? Was it fast foods or those noodles in the box or Kraft macaroni? Like, okay, give me a reality picture to this now. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a steak or if you're vegetarian, you know, how
Mhm.
was your diet?
Absolutely. Well, I've always tried to eat healthy, especially in the last few years. I've been more conscious about that. So at university, I actually bought the meal plan. So I've been buying food from the cafeteria pretty much every single day. But I also try to cook more for the evenings when I have more time to myself. So in the days and for breakfast, I'll be honest with you, sometimes breakfast
Please.
is just a quick granola bar, which it's not like the most healthy thing, but sometimes that's all you have time for.
Right.
But lunchtime, it gets a bit better because most classes are finished by then. So actually, in university, the classes are much shorter, I find. So you get much more free time to yourself, but that's also meaning more time that you have to know how to spend wisely. So yeah, lunch was just some salads or a sandwich or whatever they had in the cafeteria. And then evenings, I try to make myself something healthier, like spaghetti and meatballs. That's pretty quick, so it's honestly not too hard to eat something healthy. And also, I try to eat fruits every single day. Like you gotta be healthy, or like that's what your body's gonna be running on. Like when you're studying for the exams, you need to have something healthy so that you can think clearly.
So protein with cheese and country gravy in a
Oh
box like
yeah,
this,
yeah,
not
and you
good.
need your veggies too.
You need your veggies. Now, a lot of young people don't have vegetables. I spoke to one student, which I will not say his name on camera,
Mhm.
a friend of ours, that doesn't eat vegetables. So, how is it important to eat vegetables and have that run through your body? Like, how does it fuel?
Well, I find that like it really helps me. Like eating healthy really makes me feel like if I feel it, I feel the difference. And
Yes.
also, I do know that some students, they might not be able to access healthy foods or just access enough foods in general. So in school, we actually have food support services, which runs the food bank at our school. So I was a volunteer with food support services, and we promoted healthy eating, and we provided students with free apples at some of our events. So also, I just want to let any students know that there are resources out there. So please reach out if you're unable to make your own healthy meal, if you're not able to have access to those resources.
You know something? I love what you're saying because you're giving words of wisdom as per your name,
Thank you.
right? And you're creating answers to problems. You're creating solutions and not looking at the problem, but looking at the solution.
Mhm.
All right. Um, was it hard for you? And I only want to got a minute and a half left, and I want to cover this. Choosing your courses. were they ones that were the ones that you chose, or how did you choose those? Like, were they your passion? Were they because I needed this because I'm gonna get more
Mhm.
money? Like, how did you put your? I'm only got a minute and a half to share this, hon. How do you
Okay.
choose your courses?
Yeah. Well, for first of all, I would say passion is the most important. Many of my
Yeah.
courses are related to the module that I'm in. So, because I'm passionate about my module in general, I'm taking all these science courses, biology, chemistry. I took physics in first year as well. So, if you're passionate about your module, that would make choosing courses much easier and also excelling in the courses as well.
Excelling in the courses as well, which you did share very, very much so. So passion. Why is passion so important, hon? I'm gonna push this word. Why?
Yes, it's absolutely the number one thing that I live by because, like, the whole point of university is to um, help you get into a career that you really enjoy, and
Yeah.
this career is something that hopefully you'll be in for the rest of your life. So you definitely want to do something that you're passionate about if you're going to be doing it every day, because like I feel like that's just the kind of stuff that's gonna make you happy, and that's gonna make you wanna wake up every morning and be excited about the day, and that is so important.
You're the best, Athena.
Thank
You
you.
are the best. We're gonna go to commercial right now, folks. We're gonna come back where Athena is gonna talk about her passion. We'll be right back. There you go. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Athena Zhong. Athena, you ended off doing what you do with a smile. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, but you are going to talk about your passion now. So I'm going to have you take it away, my love. Go for it.
Thank you, Joy.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I I am really passionate about giving back to the community. So, this summer, actually, just a few months ago, my sister Brianna and I co-founded the Gifts That Smile
Okay.
initiative.
Now, I want to say something quickly. That was
Yes.
the picture that we ended in on the second segment, viewers. So this is her talking about it. Go ahead. I just have to say that. Sorry. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited to share this because this is what I've been working on for quite a while now. Like pretty much every single day ever since we got this up and running in June. So this is an initiative to create hygiene care packages, and as of today, we have created 300 comprehensive hygiene kits, and they consist of full-size shampoo, conditioners, soap, tissue boxes, masks, just any like essential hygiene items. And we packaged these into gorgeous gift boxes for people in need in the community. So far, we have donated to the patients and frontline heroes at the Princess Margaret Cancer Center, the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, the seniors at Chartwell Retirement Residences, and the at-risk and homeless youth at 360 Kids. So it's been absolutely amazing being involved in this and just seeing everyone's smiles when they receive these packages.
Wow. Now, you founded this, created it, run it, right?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. What opened up your eyes though to start this? You didn't just come out of your bed one day and just got up and say, oh, I want to put together this. There was a reason why you did what you did. So share that part.
Yeah. Well, we Well, COVID honestly changed pretty much everyone's lives. And when my sister and I saw that, we heard about a lot of what's been going on in the news as well. The isolation that the seniors have been experiencing, the long hours that the frontline heroes have to experience, and all the challenges that the less fortunate people who are less fortunate are suffering from as well. So we wanted a way to give back to our community. But more than that, we wanted to show them that we are here for them, that we are here to support each other. And the way we did that was to just to give them a gift, because sometimes a gift can mean so much more than what's inside, but the heart that you put into wrapping it and putting it together and giving that to them. So that's really why we want to start this, to help our community.
So you said to me too, and we're going to talk about your partner too, your friend Brianna. How is it that you met?
Well, oh, Brianna's
Brianna.
actually my younger sister.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I got to put down the coffee. My apologies. All right. So your younger
Yeah.
sister, I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry. My mind
Oh
was
no,
thinking
yeah.
about something else. All right. So Brianna, being your younger sister, how did
Yeah.
you get her involved? How did you get her involved?
Well, at first, like I thought that, oh my goodness, I would have to convince her, but she was so excited to get involved, and like she was already like blasting all these amazing ideas of what we could do. So I was so happy that she made it easy, and she had a huge part as well in coming up with like in this entire process and coming up with the name of who we're delivering to and how we're going to actually carry out this initiative.
Right. When you delivered to your first long-term care home, right?
Hmm.
Right? You delivered it, and there's something that you shared in the pre-interview. You said, Joy, when I handed it to them, it just gave, all of a sudden a smile
Oh
came on
yeah.
their face. So when you gave it over to someone that's sitting in the chair, 80, 90 years old, who doesn't maybe have a lot of visitors,
Yeah.
more so now with COVID, because you couldn't
Hmm.
deliver flowers. My mother's in a long-term care home. They can't have anything, and everything was virtual.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel when you just seen that? Express to the viewers the feeling of giving back, especially to the people that
Hmm.
built this country, and now
Yeah.
yourselves, the young people creating a future.
Oh my goodness, it's such a warm feeling that fills my heart. Like like I just wish that you could have seen their smiles, Joy. It was absolutely amazing when we got there. All the seniors were there holding up thank you signs, and like that was huge. I didn't know that this meant so much to them. And one of the seniors told me, she said that like she hasn't received a gift in so long, and that was
Wow.
the moment when I really realized like how much something as small as this would mean to someone else who might have been so lonely and isolated, especially with the COVID visiting restrictions. So
Mhm.
you just never really know what someone else is going through. That's a very important thing that I've learned. So yeah, like it was absolutely heartwarming, and that feeling still sticks with me today. And it's one of the reasons why I want to be involved in dentistry in the future and continue just helping people in any way that I can.
Dentistry. Why? Why? Okay. Why dentistry?
Because oral health care is incredibly important. Health care, like it like has such a strong connection with general health. So another moment that really stood out to me actually was when
Please
a
do.
woman at Chartwell Retirement Residences told me that her son is a dentist, and her son often sees so many seniors who are unable to maintain their oral health care. And
Right.
she said that like, her son tries so hard, but there's only so much he can do, which is
Right.
why it's absolutely essential for people to continue promoting the importance of oral health, and to just make it more accessible.
But now through you taking that on and learning, okay, Why is it important though? Like the elderly right now in their teeth, like, let's be honest, they can't get out to a dentist because of COVID-19. So the
Mhm.
face to face, but all our challenges, why is it now it's important to have that? People are going to say, what's it got to do with the show? It's about Athena Zhong. So why is it important for oral care? Why? What happens if you don't take care of it?
Oh my goodness. If you don't take care of oral health care, like that, it could lead to a whole bunch of issues. Like the mouth is the gateway to the entire body, right?
Right.
So, like it's absolutely important. Like I've seen so many patients who have had a toothache for so long and they haven't come to the dentist. And like I've seen so many patients in so much pain, right? When I volunteered at the dental clinics. So like it's really a bigger issue than many people realize, I believe. So I definitely want to be able to promote the importance of oral health.
Now you're young. How old are you, may I ask, if you don't mind?
I'm 20.
Okay, 20 years old, a gorgeous 20-year-old. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime. I go to the dentist. All right. I know now we're dealing with COVID, but I go to the dentist. And the biggest thing that she said to me, and I'm going to run this by a medical student attending Western University, third year, oral health on the mouth. She said the biggest thing that you can do for your teeth is not only brush regularly, but it's the most uncomfortable, sometimes inconvenience way, but you've got to make it a convenient, is flossing.
Oh
Like, let's
yeah.
be honest, that little thing that you got to put between each of them, you
Yeah.
got to do yoga with your hands to get to
Yeah.
the back of your tooth. All right.
Yeah.
So why is that so important, my love? Why?
Oh my gosh, like if you just like honestly, I feel like after just flossing once, you can already see like the amount of stuff like that comes out, right? Like it's so important. Like how can you like I feel like personally it just feels
Yes.
horrible to know that like you have all this like gross stuff from your like lunch or dinner in your mouth, right? Like like just by brushing your teeth, like that, first of all, that is so important. Brush
Yeah.
twice a day, right? But you can't get in to the like into specific places, right? So you
Right.
need to floss.
And if you don't, what happens? There's always a result to anything. If you don't exercise, if you don't eat right, if you want to
Oh
stay up all
yeah.
night, where is the result? Where is the payback? Like, what is it that you're gonna go through? What?
Yeah, well, for one, you'll probably get cavities, right? And it could always progress to something worse. And
Mhm.
yeah, and honestly, right now I'm still learning. I'm
Yes.
still learning so much about dentistry, and I'm so excited to learn more. Yeah.
That is awesome, honey. Now back to your gifts with smile, because we want to dedicate this segment and the last segment to it. How far do you want to take your passion, girl? How far? How far do you want to take this? You've done extremely well. From the time COVID hit, you've built a huge what was the number again? 300.
300
All right.
hygiene care packages.
Awesome. Now you've got sponsors. You had sponsors
Oh
that come
yeah.
down. So how did you get all those sponsors that come in such a short window in time? Like, how did you do
Mhm.
that?
Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, I couldn't have done it, first of all, without my sister and
Yeah.
some of my friends who've helped me reach out as well, and my family. So we made many phone calls, emails to various organizations, and like it takes time for
Yeah.
sure and persistence because we received so many no's, but within the many no's, like just one yes. Is very helpful because I'm so grateful that we were able to be sponsored and are now partnering with Rising Youth, funded by the government of Canada,
Excellent.
taking IT Global, the Canada Service Corps, and also Procter and Gamble, Global Medic, Plan International, Metro. So it definitely takes time and persistence.
And we're going to go to break, and I'm going to leave the viewers on this before we get into our fourth segment. Persistence. Out of the living room or your bedroom, you built an organization to give back. And on that note, girl, anything can happen when you have passion and believe.
Yes.
We'll be right back, guys. We'll be right back with Athena Zhong. Keep watching. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Athena Zhong. Great job, hon. Great job.
Thank
Love
you.
it, love it, love it, love it. Now this is the last segment, all about gifts that smile. But during the conversation, it was just kind of brought to our attention different things that we'd like to kind of capitalize on about the young entrepreneurs out there. So young women like yourself, your sister and you, okay? It's not easy to keep that confidence up, getting those no's over and over and over again. Like, let's be honest, and still keep going. How did you deal with it, and how can you help other young entrepreneurs proceed in their dreams?
Wow. Well, definitely. It's not easy, especially when you're just beginning and you have such a big idea and then you reach your first no. Like it's so easy to just
Yeah.
want to turn back at that point because you haven't started yet, but you really have to hold on to what you want to do. Hold on to that passion, right? Just hold on. Like that is what you're going for, right? Like this no is just going to be one of the many no's that you're going to receive. I think keeping that into perspective, knowing that just having one yes out of 100 no's is all you need, right? That's already absolutely amazing. So remembering that is so important.
Oh my God, so true. Self-belief. Now
Oh
that's
yeah.
a toughie. That's a toughie.
hmm
Self-belief. But you're doing it. It's happened. You're still doing it. What's your pearls of wisdom?
Wow, self-belief is something that takes time, I would say. I like I actually have always been quite a shy, reserved, introverted person, and I've been quite sensitive to other people's thoughts when I was growing up. But over the past few years, I've realized that you are the only person who will support you no matter what, and you need that self belief if you want to succeed and reach the goals that you have set for yourself, and just be able to do what makes you happy. So yeah, like if you don't be there for yourself, then who else is going to be there for you?
Wow. Do you and your sister, when you were sitting down and putting this all together, did you uplift each other with different ideas? And how was that? How was that relationship? You're both siblings, right? You know, two
Oh
sisters.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? How did you get along and execute this? How did you do that?
Well, actually, I feel like this was one of the biggest challenges that we've had to gone through, because like growing up, like when we're not directly working on something, it's so easy to just have fun and play all the time, right? But when you're involved in such a huge project, there will be conflicts, and you're gonna have to talk that through. You're gonna have to come up with a resolution, and you're gonna have to compromise. So I have to say it was not easy. We do support each other, absolutely, like all of it, like forever. We'll always support each other, but we are two different people, so we do have different ideas. And honest, like the most important thing is communication. So communicate with each other your ideas and compromise, even when it's family.
That's true. That is very true. Because it can get a little bit hard sometimes, but that's
Yeah.
siblings, right? That's siblings. Something that came to mind and I want to bring to air is goal setting. Goal setting is
Oh
huge
yeah.
with the school, but now you have your own business. So why is goal setting so important? Realistic goal settings.
hmm Well, goal setting is the roadmap of where you're going, right? especially when you're running something by like when you're running something by yourself, or when something when you feel like you have all the time in the world, and that you can have flexibility with your schedule. It's easy to be way too flexible and just not allocate enough time and not
Right.
get tasks done. And that's a huge issue. So goal setting is what's going to keep you on track and make sure that you're achieving your goals on time, because I feel like time is sometimes is kind of an illusion. Like we always feel like we have way more time than we actually do. That's a
Right.
huge that's like a huge issue, I find. um,
Hmm.
so yeah, like those goals will make sure that you don't procrastinate too much.
How do you keep the goal setting now? Just give us one little idea of how you keep the goal setting happening for Gifts That Smile. Is it a board in your room? Is it a notepad? Is it on your phone? Do you write them out like yourself and Brianna? How do you do that?
Yeah. So I use my agenda every day. So I love writing stuff down, because I find that when I write it down, I'm like physically putting that idea out of my mind. Because for me, when I have a lot to do, like it gets in my head and I get distracted and I can't
Yeah,
focus on something else, right? Like for example, when I want to take a break, or when I'm just eating dinner, I don't want to be thinking about all these things about Gifts That Smile, right? I
that's
want a
right.
break for once. So writing it down is how I personally keep on track. And also my sister and I, we set specific times to talk about all these goals. So we
Good.
make sure that we're not talking about it all the time, and that our lives are being consumed by this project.
That's true. That's true. Called balance, right?
Yeah.
Balance.
Oh yeah,
That's
a
another
balanced
one.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
So why is balance important? Because you could be talking about, sometimes I can talk about what I do 24/7, but
mhm.
myself, I have to tell myself, okay, enough, go relax. So why is balance so important? Because as young people, they just go, "Rrrr," like anybody that's entrepreneurial. But how do you keep that balance going? What do you do to keep yourself balanced?
Well, first of all, I feel like the most important thing is to self-reflect. Think about what you value.
Right.
That's huge. That's the first step, because if you don't know like what you value, then how can you make sure that you meet all those values, right? Because to
Mhm.
me, that's what we're trying to balance. We're trying to make sure that we're meeting everything we value. So for me, like I value family and friend time. I value my academics, and I value sleep and a healthy lifestyle. So those are the things that I want to balance out and make sure that I have enough time for every single day, or as best as I can meet that.
You got it, my love. Another thing that came to my mind is, oh my God, it just slipped my mind here. Mentoring, but also accountability.
Oh yeah.
Who keeps you accountable?
Wow. That's yeah, that's like a huge thing, because um well, first of all, I feel like yourself is a huge has a huge role in that,
Right.
um, right? Because as much as other people can tell you to do something, like if you don't make sure that you're accountable and actually going and doing it, then like no one else is gonna get that done for you.
That's
Um,
right.
and also my family, my friends, professors, my mentors, this huge support system that I have, that I've been very fortunate to have. Everyone keeps me accountable in different aspects of my life. So, and definitely like that doesn't just come and happen overnight. You have
Nope.
to reach out to people and ask for their support, because there are people out there who are very willing to help. But if you don't take the step to ask for that support and make that connection, then you might never get it.
A lot of young people don't like to ask.
Oh yeah.
Want to ask. Why? Why don't you like to ask? If you don't ask, you don't know, give me yes or no. But what's wrong
Mhm.
in asking?
Yeah, I think well, Well, one of the reasons why I used to not like to ask was because I was always afraid of the answer being no.
Right.
That was a huge struggle for me. But I feel like what if the answer is yes, right? My mom always told me like if you don't ask, you never know. The answer is always no. Right. But like that yes could mean so much.
You got it, hon. How far do you want to take Gifts That Smile? How far do you and Brianna, your sister, want to take it? How far?
Oh my goodness. We want to be able to help as many people as we can. So after this huge project concludes, we are hoping to do something for the end of this year during the holidays. But we'll definitely need a lot of support, a lot of sponsorships to be able to keep this going. So we are hoping to create more hygiene care packages and respond to our community needs in the future.
Well, you can always come back to me, right?
Thank you so much for that.
You know that. You can always come back to Future Prospects here on Rogers Television and always ask, Joy, can we get a segment? Can we get a show? Can we get something? You got an initiative that you want to send
Mhm.
out? That's the reason why I have this show. This is the reason to celebrate the successes and the unique ideas that yourselves are doing. All right.
Thank
Anything that
you.
you'd like to share, and I'm going to ask you for a couple of websites, but I don't want to miss this. But
Mhm.
anything that you would like to share to youth from your heart, or why you should focus on your dreams, do what you want to do, and love yourself, enjoying the journey.
Mhm. Because, especially as a youth right now, there is so much out there in the world. And this is the time of your life where you're discovering yourself. So, like, that's why it's so important to go out there and try new things, right? Because if you don't try, then you never know what you'll be interested in and what you should pursue for the rest of your life.
And believing in yourself too, right, hon?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Belief factor is strong, right?
Mhm.
It
It's
is,
so key.
it is, hon. What are the websites? Is there a website that they can do? Like, what is it that you want to brand out there for them to remember and to reach out to you? Can you recite it here on air?
Oh, yes. So, for Gifts That Smile, our website is giftsthatsmile.weebly.com. And you can also reach out to us on our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which are all at Gifts That Smile.
I love you lots. You're coming back. I wish you all the best in your third year. Reach
Thank
out
you
to me
so
when you got
much.
that. You're welcome, honey. Reach out to us when you got that initiative happening. Future Prospects will support it.